106 R&B and throwbacks on 106 Live Radio. Atlanta's music leader.
Welcome and thank you for joining us here at the Rodney Appleby Experience, where together we can explore the mysteries of music. Without your presence, this will be impossible. I appreciate you tuning in to be part of our program.
Welcome to the Rodney Appleby Experience, broadcasting live every Tuesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. with the one, the only Rodney Appleby. And now, Mr. Rodney Appleby.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Rodney Appleby Experience. My name is Rodney Appleby, just in case you don't know. And if you want to know why I'm smiling so hard tonight, let me just take care of a little housekeeping and then I'll tell you my little secret tonight. First of all, I want to send a shout out to the 106 Live Radio family. We had a nice meeting planning a big 10th year anniversary. So it's going to be fun. Hope some of you guys can make it out. And I'd also like to spend a little time just to say welcome to my guest, who is the reason I'm smiling tonight. In case y'all didn't know, I teach music, play music, anything doing with music, that's me. And this young lady, I received a call a couple of weeks ago, and this young lady said she wanted to explore jazz. And so that being right up my alley, I simply jumped at the chance to have her on the show and actually explore a little bit of jazz with her. So tonight's podcast is called Introduction to Jazz. So I'm going to let my guest give you a little background on herself, and then we're going to talk about where she's at and where we can get to at least by the end of the show tonight. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Perfect. Let us know your name and a little bit about your musical background.
My name is Kareh Nixon, and I am originally a violinist and singer. I play piano and viola and cello as well.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So you do play cello?
I do, yes.
I had my stints with all the stringed instruments. I'm also an acoustic bass player as well. So,
oh, nice.
yeah, that thing is a beast.
Wow.
It's nothing easy about it.
It is.
So tonight, when I got the phone call that led to tonight, you expressed an interest in wanting to explore jazz and how that may work out for you. So talk a little bit about what got you there.
Yeah, so I have a classical background, but I am in this season where I would love to learn jazz, and I've been learning on the piano myself, but I always wanted to learn the guitar. It was kind of hard for me, so I thought, this would be great.
So one of my things in introducing people to new stuff is to keep it simple and to make it less about talking about it,
yes,
and more about actually doing it, And then once we've had a little time on the instrument, then there may be something to talk about.
Exactly.
But we have to first do something to see what we're working with. So
yes.
Just before the show started, I was giving you a couple of little ideas about some things. So let's kind of return to that. And let's just look at that place on the guitar again. And the first thing I want to do is just show your fingers where to be.
Okay.
Not necessarily what to do, just where to be. Okay?
Okay.
So we're going to, if you hold up your left hand, I call this the notation hand. This is the trigger hand.
Okay.
So on your notation hand, what I like to do is give your fingers a number.
Okay.
So that when I'm talking to you, I can refer to that number and you'll know I mean that finger.
Got it.
So finger number 1 is always the pointer finger.
Mm-hmm.
Finger number 2, finger number 3, finger number 4. Not too hard, is it?
Yeah, pretty simple.
Pretty simple. That's one of the big keys. Keep it simple, and then we can build into complexity from the simple pieces.
Okay.
So let's start with finger 2. Don't hold that finger up.
Okay. Okay.
Don't put it up.
Okay.
Put it on the guitar. So let's start with finger 2. Now, on the guitar, we have frets. Starting from down here where the nut is, it basically is open. Then we have fret number 1, fret number 2, fret number 3, fret number 4, 5, and so on and so forth. You know, it goes on up.
Yes.
We're going to start at fret number 5. Okay? And you can see that there's 6 strings. Now, you're a string player, so this is not mystery to you.
Right.
So we're going to start from the bottom. We're going to start on the 3rd string.
Okay.
At the 5th fret. So that's where we are. Correct. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to use finger 1 at fret number 4 on the 2nd string. And then we're going to go back to fret number 5 with finger 2. Now, we're going to use finger number 3, okay, at fret number 6 on the 2nd string. Fret number on the 2nd string. Yes. And then always go back to that, back to your original finger number 2 on the 3rd string. So we're going to do finger number 1 and finger number 2. We're going to do that again. Now we're going to do finger number 3 and finger 1. Keep that finger 2 down. I'm sorry, finger 2. Finger 3 and finger 2. Yes. Now back to finger 1 and finger 2. Now we're going to adjust finger 1 over to the 3rd fret, and we're going to hit that 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to go back to fret number 4 with finger 1 and finger 2 on fret number 5. Now, that's where our fingers are going to be. Okay? Now, I'm giving you the part you're going to be playing.
Okay.
Okay? Now, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing while you're doing that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to be playing some chords.
The fun stuff.
Okay? You know?
I love chords.
I'm going to be playing chords like that.
Cool.
Then I'm going to go. Okay, now there's going to be rhythm to all of this and timing and all that stuff, so that you're going to have to be at a certain place at a certain time. You're going to have to hit certain notes a certain amount of times.
Okay.
So that everything plays out the right way. Do you have any questions for me so far?
No, not at all.
No questions? So everything's clear and simple, right?
It is.
The moment it's not, I want you to say, that's not clear.
Okay.
All right. So now I'm going to give you the rhythm of what you're doing. So if we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, tempo. As a matter of fact, I prepared something.
Okay.
I prepared a little drum track.
Yes.
So that we have that little beat under us.
Nice.
But the drum track that I prepared is an actual swing jazz beat played with brushes.
Okay.
So
smooth.
Is it possible we can get that drum track playing? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now, what I'm going to do is that's what I'm going to do. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1, 2, 3. Within 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a little tricky
a
there.
little tricky there.
Okay. So now that's what you're going to be doing.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm going to be playing just a little easy, pretty chords back there. Okay. Now, let's go over your part again.
Okay.
Okay. And let's get your fingers nice and comfortable with what it is they're supposed to do.
Okay.
Now, we're going to keep this real basic and simple. Okay. And remember, the counts that I give you are the amount of things that keep it in shape. Okay. So let's just, so as it starts off, when it goes, right as I start my chord, you start your first thing, which is 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all to it.
We'll pause there at the end.
That's all to it.
Okay.
That's on that upbeat. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Yes. Okay, now let's just take it a little bit at a time. Let's take the first one. Now, the second one. Now back to the first one. Now we're going to go to fret 3. 1 and 2, 3. Now remember this rhythm. That's the last rhythm you have. That's the way your whole phrase ends, okay?
Okay.
Ends right there. Now let's take it again. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax. 2. Now, here we go. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Now. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get it together. Now, this guitar that you're playing, right? This guitar actually belongs to a friend of mine.
It's beautiful.
It's an Ovation. It's called an Ovation. And unlike the usual acoustic guitars, which tend to have the sound hole in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
It's all ornate with these sound holes, all with
I
the
see.
decorative wood and everything. So
Yeah,
they're quite lovely.
it is.
I played one of those in a show in theater one time, and it was beautiful on stage. So
Mm-hmm.
they're really beautiful guitars, and their sound is good. They're not quite as big and full as a full size acoustic guitar,
Okay.
but they're definitely adequate. It's not like they're not good enough. They're definitely good enough, but they're meant to be played plugged in.
And what is it made out of?
Well, they make the bodies primarily nowadays, to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of composite wood guitars.
Okay.
They're kind of like bonded woods
Mm-hmm.
from different scraps and stuff, but lots of guitars are made out of swamp ash.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I thought it was similar to like the violin with trees and things.
Well, it used to be.
Okay.
It used to,
And this
because
is
it
the
was
new
all
thing
about
now.
the sound. Well, nowadays they can make guitars out of all kinds of synthetic materials and things. So it's changed a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah. And whenever you see this dark fingerboard,
Mm-hmm.
that's usually rosewood instead of maple.
And what's the difference?
In rosewood, because it has a nice kind of texture to it,
Mm-hmm.
they call it less fast. It's
Okay.
more of a it's got more grip to it, more texture, more
Mm-hmm.
friction. Whereas a maple neck, where maple is really tight grain,
Mm-hmm.
it feels very slippery, and it's kind of fast action. It's
Okay.
people like that when they're playing rock and roll and a lot of different stuff. So
that makes sense.
okay, so let's try one more time, and
Okay.
then what we're going to do is, once I can see that you're feeling comfortable with
Mm-hmm.
what it is, then I'm going to add my part to what you're doing.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay.
So let's start again. Fret number 5 on the 3rd string with finger 2. Fret number 5. Careful. There you go. And fret number 1 on string number 2. There you go.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. See how it makes it real easy when you can know what fingers I'm talking about?
Yes.
And knowing that the strings count from the highest string
Mm-hmm.
up
Okay.
helps too. Okay. So string 1, string 6.
Right.
Okay. So string number 2. Do that again. Now we go finger number 3 and finger 2. Then back to finger 1 and 2. Now finger 1 down to fret number 3. Then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. That's finger 1.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them with finger 1, and then 3 of them with finger 2. 2 quick ones with finger 1, and then slow. Quick again. Do that phrase again. Stay right there on string 3 to finish it up. Lovely. Okay, now let's see if we can do it one more time.
Mm-hmm.
And before we we're going to take a short break in a few seconds.
Okay.
So let's run through it one more time. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, you should be ready.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
All right, so let's give it a try. Ready? 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, again. 1, 2, 3, and 2. 1, and then 1 and 2. Now we going. One. Very good. All right. So when we come back, I'm going to add my few little easy chords, and we're going to see if we can play some jazz for the first time with
Kareh.
We'll be right back, everybody. Come on, baby. Here we go. Ready?
.106liveradio.com. Call us now. 404-785.
Testing live from Atlanta. What's serving the entire globe? It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
Don E. Miller, licensed professional counselor. He has the formula for wholeness: encourage, empower, educate, enrich. It's called the E effect, and it will change your life. The E effect will empower the individual who may be mentally impaired to get involved in programs to help them live a productive life. These programs, which also enrich those in need by providing education and information, which promotes a high quality of life. For more information, call Don E. Miller at 678-741-5337 or visit the website at www.theeffect.net.
Ow!
Did you know over 2,000 eye injuries occur on the job site every day, and about 1 in 10 of them require missed work days to recover? Of the total amount of work-related eye injuries, 10 to 20% will cause temporary or permanent vision loss in affected employees. And while many people think that eye injuries primarily occur in manufacturing, construction, or trade jobs, nearly 40% of work-related eye injuries occur in offices, healthcare facilities, laboratories, and similar environments. Flying objects, tools, particles, chemicals, and harmful radiation are the causes of most eye injuries, and in many cases, implementing safe work practices and utilizing appropriate personal protective equipment could prevent them entirely. We here at GTG Traffic Signals believes something as simple as putting on a pair of safety glasses can prevent serious eye injuries. These injuries are painful, cause many lost work days, and sometimes lead to permanent vision loss. This message is sponsored by GTG Traffic Signals, located in Marietta, Georgia. Reminding you today and year-round, remember to wear your safety glasses.
Are you ready to elevate your connections and improve your networking skills? Here, you can take your career, brand, and organization to the next dimension. Networking with Valerie is your passport for personal and professional growth. Tune in every second and fourth Saturday from 11 to 12 p.m. for our networking events. This is the place to build and maintain relationships. On 106 R&B and Throwbacks, powered by 106liveradio.com.
It's your girl Queen. It's your girl Nene. And if you want to hear your song played right here on the Bridge Club Crew playlist every first Thursday of each month, all you have to do is submit your music to the Bridge Club Crew at gmail.com. Powered by 106liveradio.com.
Is that a faucet running? That's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. Forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink.
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
I didn't know the trees were so amazing.
Yep, and the forest gives us shade, trees to climb.
That's awesome. Let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Calling all authors. Do you want to promote your book? Get heard, get seen, make more money. Douglasville Books and 106 Live Radio is now offering promotional packages to create a better audience just for you. 770-949-4363. Douglasville Books, the people's choice.
Download the 106 Live Radio app from your Google Play Store, or find us on the TuneIn app.
Welcome to the Rodney Appleby Experience, where we see life through the flavors and sounds of music. Make it your purpose to tune in and join us as we set out to explore the mysteries and magic of music. From the mind of Rodney Appleby, demonstrations, concepts, with rhythms and grooves that will soothe your soul. While you're here, call in and be a part of our Let's Talk About It segment as we sit and talk with professionals and beginners alike. And now, here's your host, Mr. Rodney Appleby.
All right, y'all. We're back. And Kareh and I, we were kind of going over some things again, and she kind of nailed it a couple of times while we were on break. So I'm going to add some chords to her part now, and we're going to see if we can't have a little jam session, maybe. So if we can get our drums going again, get our steady drummer, and see if we can't make this happen. So I'll give you a little intro. Okay.
Okay.
And then you kick it right in on one. Da-da-da. Okay.
Okay.
So my intro is. Okay. Now here you go. Here. Easy. We're not hitting on the string. Do it again. Do that again. Okay, good. That was good for a first time, and just actually, and this is actually your. I'm sure you've tried on a guitar before, but this is your first time actually
Playing a
song
like,
on the guitar.
This is the second time playing the guitar ever.
Well, I should probably at least tell you what the song is.
Okay.
Not that it matters,
Mm-hmm.
but because you don't have to see, a lot of information is irrelevant in order to actually do something, but in order to communicate back and forth, we have to have a common language to use. And that's where a lot of music language and music theory comes from. What do I call this? How do I, express it? Those kinds of things. So the song that we're playing is an actual John Coltrane piece. John Coltrane is one of the icons of jazz.
Okay.
I like to refer to his music lots of times because he actually, not only did he do what we all know of as standard jazz, meaning playing the blues, as it were, which is kind of what this is, with improvisational, instrumental approaches to it. But he also brought in a whole new style of jazz called linear modal bebop, So he was quite the engineer and pioneer in music. So we're playing John Coltrane's tune called Equinox.
Whoa.
Equinox.
Okay.
Why that response? Equinox.
It sounds very mysterious, you know.
Well, it is quite astrological.
Okay.
And we have a caller. Very cool. Good evening. Welcome, and thank you for calling in to the Rodney Appleby Experience.
Hey, Rodney, it's Nick.
My good buddy, Nicholas. As a matter of fact, Kareh, this is the gentleman who allowed me to borrow his ovation tonight.
Thank you so much, Nicholas.
No problem.
And I think Nick may have a little secret to tell you about the guitar. It's somewhat of a rescue, as it were. So, Nick, would you like to tell us what this guitar has been through?
Yeah, I can go through it kind of quick, I guess. It was a gift to me from a boss of mine from years ago.
Gotcha.
And it had like a hairline crack existing in the headstock of it. And it got worse and worse. And one day it finally broke. And it broke in a way that it was going to take some expert or something to fix it. So I held on to it for probably a couple, 2-3 years maybe before I found somebody that knew how to fix it. And then he finally did. He actually did it pretty much like just about free for me. And he put a piece of a pool stick in there, put a little RC touch on it and everything. And man, it played just as good as it ever did.
Wow.
And I just didn't want to get rid of it or anything like that because the guy who gave it to me, obviously was a good friend of mine. And, I was happy to get it fixed. And I showed him too, my boss, that I got it fixed. He was happy about that.
Well, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it now, and I can actually see the crack. I can actually see it, but I can't feel it.
No, the guy did a great job. It was cracked in a way, like splintered, and it went together like fingers going together or something.
Wow!
It wasn't a clean break, so it was really.
There it is.
I don't know how he did it. He's really.
And we see the pool stick piece that he put in the back.
That's actually cool.
It looks great. Yeah, turn it around so the audience can see.
How do we do this?
Just pop this off.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Wow.
Yeah. I told the guy I could make up a story about it now that it got broken a bar by some drunk guy, and then the pool stick was what I used to beat him up with.
and then fix the guitar with it. You fixed him, and then you fixed the guitar with the same pool stick.
Yeah, that'd be a real rock and roll story.
Wow. So that's an interesting repair.
Watching you guys play this song reminds me of us sitting in my living room and you just saying same thing. We're playing the same exact thing.
Wow.
Just play these notes and I'll play these chords. And I didn't know what I was playing. He did the same thing, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh yeah, you're playing Coltrane."
You're actually playing jazz. That's the thing about it. Doing it is different from knowing what it is.
Yeah.
And for me, doing it is more important than simply being able to talk about it. And so I love the approach of getting it done first, and then we can give it all the language we need, but at least we have something to really talk about. So I wanted to just make sure I gave you a shout out and a big thanks, man, for letting me come by and pick it up. And
it's great seeing y'all play this, and then seeing her play it on my guitar. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll get some more jam time in, Nick. So her and I are going to try and do a little improvisation now. She's played the melody. Now we're going to see if she can maybe take a little solo. Now, a lot of people think soloing is very difficult and complex, but the truth is, it's just a matter, again, of where are your hands, where they are, and then you decide what to do with your hand being in that place. Let's pop these for a second. Take these out from under here. There we go.
A little tangled there.
I know, we got a little tangled up. A little spider web moment here.
Now we're working.
All these chords and things. in this wireless age. How about it?
Right.
So here we go again now. Let's grab our drums. Mr. Drummer, if you please, or Madam Drummer, if you please.
Thank you.
Okay, so we got our little count. Now what we're going to do, we're going to play the melody again.
Okay.
And play the chords again. And then we're going to start a little improvisation. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're at 4 and 5. 4 and 5. Okay, there you go. So he goes. Ready? 2, 3, 4. Now, anything you want to do. Now, you don't have to play the notes in order. Yeah. Now, let me give you a few more notes because I saw you using those notes up. You kind of ran out of notes. So let me give you some more notes to work with that stays in that particular shape, okay? So if we're here at 5 with finger 2 on the 3rd string at fret number 5. So now, watch what my hand does. I did 1, 3, and I'm on the 2nd string. I'm doing fret number 4, fret number 6, fret number 8, back to fret number 6, and then back to fret number 4. So now, let's just play those notes using that kind of finger movement. Okay, good. Now, watch what happens. Now, once I'm up there, follow me up there. 1, 3. Now move 3. Right. Now, if you stay right there, just stay right there and go to string number 1. Both fingers. Now let's come back. And then, now let's try that again. 1, 3. Now you have that many notes to use when we get ready to solo. Okay?
Challenge.
It's a lot of notes, huh?
Yes.
Not really, not in jazz.
No, you're right.
So let's just play them again to make sure your fingers are comfortable.
Okay.
Moving to those different places. Okay, good. Now, watch what I do. Watch this. I'm just going to play some stuff. Let me get the drums. One more time. Now I'm going to play a little improvisation just so you can hear how I let myself be free. Okay. Now, see, I'm just using those notes that I showed you. You see what I'm doing?
Yes.
But I'm making certain kinds of choices, certain kinds of things that I'm doing. Like, for example, I don't just hit the note all the time. Sometimes I might little things, but that's me taking musical responsibility for what's going to happen next. I know where I'm supposed to be. Now I can decide how I want to be there. So let's look at those notes one more time. Careful. Always be easy with yourself. Go ahead. Move nice and comfortable. And now, go on to that. Let's always make sure we know that we're there, okay? Make sure we always know that that finger 2 caps things up, okay? See what I did? I just ran right up and right back down.
Okay.
But I started with finger 2. I started with finger 2. And right back to finger 2. Right. Yeah. Let's feel it. You can do it while the chords are playing. I'm going to do it again. Go ahead and play. Go on. Now find those other notes that I showed you. Find them. Just find them. Careful. Make sure you stay in your places. 4, 6, 8 on the second string. Okay, now I got you. Here we go. 1, 3, 3, 1, 3. 1, then finger 3, and then finger 3. You don't ever want to move too far. You only want to move whole steps. Okay. So 1, 3, and then 1 and 3, and then 1 and 3 and 1 and 1. Okay. Do that again. Do it again. Go. Do it again. Do it again. Very good. Very good. Now, you're starting to feel something. Because I saw you add in that other piece afterwards. You did the.
Yep.
So you put that in there. I didn't tell you to do that. Where'd that come from? But the beautiful thing is, I'm not supposed to have to tell you. You're supposed to. That's
Feel
the
it.
musical. Yes,
Yeah.
that's the musical responsibility.
Mm.
So now, let's play the melody.
Okay.
Take a solo.
Okay.
Play the melody. And that's the end.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna do this when we get ready to come back from our next break. So
Okay. Sounds
we're
good.
and during the break,
Mm.
I'm gonna make sure we're all in good shape and everything.
Okay.
And when we come back, we're gonna have our jam session.
Sounds nice. Thank you.
Excellent job. So what we're doing right now, and what I'm having a lot of fun with, is watching her go from no experience in jazz whatsoever to actually playing a John Coltrane tune. Now, she can go to her friends and say, oh, yeah, I play jazz. I play jazz. And she'll actually have proof. They can actually come to the Rodney Appleby experience and watch her play jazz with Rodney Appleby. So when we come back, the Rodney and Kareh jam session.
It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
Don E. Miller, licensed professional counselor. He has the formula for wholeness: encourage, empower, educate, enrich. It's called the E effect, and it will change your life. The E effect will empower the individual who may be mentally impaired to get involved in programs to help them live a productive life. These programs, which also enrich those in need by providing education and information, which promotes a high quality of life. For more information, call Don E. Miller at 678-741-5337 or visit the website at www.theeffect.net.
No.
Did you know over 2,000 eye injuries occur on the job site every day, and about 1 in 10 of them require missed work days to recover? Of the total amount of work-related eye injuries, 10 to 20% will cause temporary or permanent vision loss in affected employees. And while many people think that eye injuries primarily occur in manufacturing, construction, or trade jobs, nearly 40% of work-related eye injuries occur in offices, healthcare facilities, laboratories, and similar environments. Flying objects, tools, particles, chemicals, and harmful radiation are the causes of most eye injuries, and in many cases, implementing safe work practices and utilizing appropriate personal protective equipment could prevent them entirely. We here at GTG Traffic Signals believes something as simple as putting on a pair of safety glasses can prevent serious eye injuries. These injuries are painful, cause many lost work days, and sometimes lead to permanent vision loss. This message is sponsored by GTG Traffic Signals, located in Marietta, Georgia. Reminding you today and year-round, remember to wear your safety glasses.
Are you ready to elevate your connections and improve your networking skills? Here, you can take your career, brand, and organization to the next dimension. Networking with Valerie is your passport for personal and professional growth. Tune in every second and fourth Saturday from 11 to 12 p.m. for our networking events. This is the place to build and maintain relationships. On 106 R&B and Throwbacks, powered by 106liveradio.com.
It's your girl Queen. It's your girl Nene. And if you want to hear your song played right here on the Bridge Club Crew playlist every first Thursday of each month, all you have to do is submit your music to the Bridge Club Crew at gmail.com. Powered by 106liveradio.com.
Is that a faucet running?
That's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. Forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink.
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
I didn't know the trees were so amazing.
Yep, and the forest gives us shade, trees to climb.
That's awesome. Let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Calling all authors. Do you want to promote your book? Get heard, get seen, make more money. Douglasville Books and 106 Live Radio is now offering promotional packages to create a better audience just for you. 770-949-4363. Douglasville Books, the people's choice.
The Male Perspective is partially or in part sponsored by Contact Electrical Services, LLC, servicing all your residential and commercial electrical needs throughout the metro Atlanta area. And remember that without Contact, you don't have power. Give us a call at 678-698-1101. Reach out to Contact Electrical Services today.
Download the 106 Live Radio app from your Google Play Store. Or find us on the TuneIn app.
Welcome to the Rodney Appleby Experience, where we see life through the flavors and sounds of music. Make it your purpose to tune in and join us as we set out to explore the mysteries and magic of music. From the mind of Rodney Appleby, demonstrations, concepts, with rhythms and grooves that will soothe your soul. While you're here, call in and be a part of our Let's Talk About It segment as we sit and talk with professionals and beginners alike. And now, here's your host, Mr. Rodney Appleby.
All right now. All right. You know, I love to lead by example. So, you know, I do things sometimes with my students, not so much to teach them what to do, but to allow them to see what can be done, you know, and then they're free to explore those possibilities and maybe even come up with something and come back and teach me something. I count on that. And it has happened many times. It's happened many times. So let's first go over what we've done today.
Okay.
First, I handed you an instrument that you've never formally played before.
Mm-hmm.
And you expressed an interest in wanting to be able to play jazz.
Yes.
Most people, or I've heard it said by some people from time to time, that it takes a lot of study and a lot of this and a lot of that. And I mean, in order to reach certain levels, it absolutely does.
Yeah.
But in order to get started, to simply have the experience, all it takes is just get started. That's all it takes.
Got to start somewhere.
And usually where we start is at the beginning.
Yes.
So we're playing John Coltrane's Equinox.
Okay.
And you're playing the melody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing the chords.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking the solo. Now, just so that we kind of expand on what you've learned today or what you have been shown, those notes that I told you to play, that's a pentatonic scale.
Okay.
Pentatonic. Did you learn anything about pentatonics in classical music?
not quite.
Classical music is a different study.
Yes.
I tell everyone if you're going to study music, you got to pick some kind of a focus. If you want to write music, that's one thing. If you want to play it, that's something else. If you want to be able to edit it and engineer it, or if you want to be able to play classical music versus ragtime music, there's different things you have to focus on. In jazz, we focus a lot on fingers and patterns. So what I just showed you was how to use your fingers to play a pentatonic pattern. So let me see your pentatonic pattern. And where's that finger two supposed to land? All right now. That's our finish up. That's like our wrap up. You know what I mean? Okay. So you can do everything, and then all of a sudden you want to wrap it up.
Okay. That's right.
That's like putting the period on the end of the sentence. Everyone knows something just completed. Now we're getting ready to start again. All right. So let's get our drummer going.
Okay.
And let's get into our jam session. Gonna play the melody. Gonna take a solo. Gonna play the melody again. And then it's the end. Okay?
All right.
Here we go. I'm giving you the intro. Ready? Pentatonic pattern. Keep going. Going. Okay, now my turn. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us tonight. Great job, love.
Thank you.
So much fun hanging out with Kareh. You're officially a jazz player now. Now it's just a matter of getting better. Thank y'all so much. We'll see you guys next time. We can do this all night long, all week long. So y'all enjoy and come back and see us again. Take care. coming on a cloud, and he will send his angels with a loud trumpet call, and they will gather his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heavens to another. Even so, when you see all these things, you will know that it is near, right at the door. I tell you the truth, this generation will certainly not pass away until all of these things have happened. No one knows about that day or hour. Neither the angels in heaven nor the Son, the Father, as it was in the days of Noah, so it will be at the come.